Alright, today what we're going to be doing is the hands-on programming exercise from Chapter 1. We're going to start with a new project. We're going to go to Windows Forms application. Make sure you change your name. We're going to do hands-on programming exercise 1. Going to create a new form. I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit larger. Okay, we need 6 buttons. I'm just going to double click to create those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 labels. 1, 2, 3. We need 2 text boxes. 1, 2. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to position these starting from the bottom. This is our second, so we're going to put this text box on the bottom, first text box on the top, third label all the way on the bottom of our page, second label aligned with our second text box, first label aligned with our first text box, button 6, button 5, and then we're going to put button 4 with just a little space there between them. Button 3, button 2, and button 1. Okay, now, looking at page 57 in our book, we see that we have all of the properties for each of our objects. We're going to start with our form. Notice our form, if we click on it, and we go down to our properties box, we notice that our form is named Form 1. We're going to start up here by renaming our form. We're going to right click, choose rename. Okay, we're going to rename our form main form. Okay, click on our form. Going to go up to our properties. Notice our name is now main form. Okay, we're going to change the text of our form. The text is what our user sees. We're going to change that to R and R, R and R, for reading and refreshment. Okay, now notice when you name things, you are limited to what you can name them. This is called camel case. We don't have any special characters in here. The words are together. We don't have any spaces. You can't put, you put the words together, we capitalize the first letter, we capitalize the second letter. This is called camel case. Okay? Now, when we do our buttons, we're going to do this a little bit different. These are objects. Okay? Objects, we're going to start with a lowercase. Now, in your book, they start with an uppercase, and this is just a matter of convention, what some people like, what some people don't like. When I learned that things like buttons are always start with lowercase, so I'm going to use lowercase. Now, when you do this, same thing, we're going to use camel case. I'm going to start with a lowercase. We always include the type of object after the name. Okay, this is a button, so we're going to call it books button. Now, what we do is we go down to text. Okay, text is what the user sees. There's no rules for text. We can put whatever we want there. Now, we named it Books Button because the text, what the user sees, is going to be books. Okay, we're going to do this for each of these. Okay, we're going to call this one Music. Down on the text, we're going to call that Music. Now, if these are not in alphabetical order, click on the alphabetical button, and that's going to put these in alphabetical order for you. Okay, we're going to name this one Periodicals. Again, make sure you keep that button. Get rid of that number after it because that makes it really hard to keep your name straight. Okay, change our text to Periodicals. Okay, this one is going to be Coffee Bar. Make sure you look and see what property you're in. This is text, that's why I don't have Coffee Bar Button. Okay, my name is going to be Coffee Bar Button. Okay, Next one is going to be my print button. I'm in my name, so I'm going to call it print button. All the way down to the text. I'll call that print. This is going to be my exit. Again, I'm in my text, so I'm just going to type exit because that's what the user sees. And then name is what the computer sees. So I'm going to call it exit button. Now the reason that we put the button after it is because the programmers need to know what that is. Okay, label 3. In the book, they don't name the labels. I name everything. Okay, I'm going to call this my programmed by label. For my text, I'm going to put programmed by and then my name. Okay, you're going to put your name, obviously. Okay, they don't have a name for the labels. This is current promotion. So I'm going to put current promotion. And I'm going to call this my current promotion label. Okay, label 2 is promotion code. So I'm going to call this my promotion code label. Okay, my text is going to be promotion code. Okay, they name this in your text box. They call this promotion label. You never name a text box label, okay? Never. So we're going to call this current promotion text box. Okay, the text is blank. There are some differences in 2010 compared to 2008. In this one, it tells you to do an auto size. We don't want to worry about that. Our border style, we're going to go on down to border style. We're going to say, we're going to make that fixed single. We're going to leave our text blank, and for our text align, we're going to make sure that's left. That should be automatic. So our text align is left, so we can just leave that the same. Okay, promotion code, we're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to make our promotion code text box. Okay, your promotion code, you should have a label and a text box. If you have a label and a text box together, they should be the same. So you should have a promotion code label and a promotion code text box if they're linked. Okay, if they match, you should have a text box and a label that go together. Okay, same thing, we don't have to worry about changing anything except for our border style. So we're going to go to our border style and we're going to change that to fixed single. Okay, we're going to change the sizing of these just a little bit, our promotion code, and we're going to make this one just a little bit longer. Now, notice when I move these, how they change. You get those pink lines and blue lines. That's for alignment so that you can make things line up all really nice and neat. Okay. You can also use your alignment, but I'm not going to worry about that this time. We'll go into that later. Okay, once you've got all that done, you're ready to start programming. So we're going to start programming with the Books button. So we're going to double click on the Books button. Okay, what that does is it takes us into our programming. Okay, now if you want to get back to your form, you just click on the one, you notice that there's one that says design after it. You're going to click on that. Okay, notice we have this code that's already written, Books button click. Okay, that Books button underscore click, that means when I click on that button, whatever I write here, that's what I want to happen for the user. Now, we always have to put comments in. Okay, first we need to put in general comments that tell the user a little bit about who wrote the program. So what we're going to do is put our cursor just before this public class, press enter a couple times to give us a little bit of space. Now, to put in a comment, we're going to put in an apostrophe. Any line that begins with an apostrophe, the computer is going to ignore. These comments are for the programmer and anybody who's coming after. Okay, so I'm just going to put some information here about the program. Okay, this is the chapter 1 hands-on. Okay, every time you start the line, you have to put the apostrophe. Okay, even if the line wraps around, you have to put that apostrophe. Put your programmer, put your name. Okay, again, I'm going to put that apostrophe, put the date. Okay, I'm not going to put the date just because that's going to date this. I don't want you to know what date I'm doing this on. Description, try to keep it current-ish. And we'll put this project displays current promotions for each department. Okay? Alright, so that just gives a little information about the program. Okay, so now we're going to go back into in between the private sub and the end sub, and you can just use your arrows to get over in between those two lines. Okay, now what we're going to do is whenever you're in, this is called a subroutine. Whenever you're inside a subroutine, you always have to do a comment that explains what the subroutine does. Now this one displays the current promotion, and then if you want to, you can clarify for books. And what we're going to do is we're going to do promotion label. Actually, we did this different. So this is we want this one, and we called it current promotion text box. So we need to, since we did this a little bit different, we're going to have to not follow the book. We did current promotion text box. Okay, so this is the one that we want. So what we're going to do, as you type, you're going to get these pop-up boxes. It's always a good idea to use them so that you don't have any typos. So what we want is the current promotion text box. Okay, dot text. Text is the property that we want to change. So we're going to double click there. And we're going to put equals, and we're going to put get a free MP3. Oh, nope, sorry, I'm typing the wrong one. Buy 2, get the second one for half price. Okay? So that's it. And you don't have to worry about putting anything at the end of the line. When you enter, that's the end of the line. Now, we want to show what's going to display in this one. This one we called the promotion code text box. Okay, so we're going to start typing promotion code text box. There it is right there. We're going to double click. And the text, okay, again, double click if you can, is going to equal. And anything you put in quotation marks, okay, it's B608. The computer puts exactly what you type. Okay, exactly. So it doesn't matter what you type. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to do the music button. So we're going to double click on it. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, we're going to first put a comment, and we're going to display the current promotion. Okay, remember you always want to do that. Now, we want to put the current promotion text box in there. We want to change the text property, and we want it to equal, and what we're going to do is we're going to type get a free MP3 download with purchase of a CD. Okay, and then the promotion code. And as soon as you see that, you want to click on the one, and we want it to display in the text box, not the label. Okay, so make sure you're choosing the text box, and it's going to be M608, and that's 08, not 08. I should be more clear about that. And then we're going to go into the main form again. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? In order to print, now since we're in here, in order to print, you need to go over here into your toolbox, scroll all the way down, Okay, in your Power Packs, we're going to double click on this print form. Okay, double click on that. Okay, you're going to have that displayed there. Okay, you need that to print. Okay, so just go ahead and double click on that now. Then we're going to do our periodicals. Okay, double click on your periodicals button. Okay, notice we get that periodicals button click. We're going to put what we're going to do here, display the current promotion again. And we're going to do our text box, dot. We want our text, and we want it to display. And for our periodicals, we want elite members receive 10% off every purchase. Okay? And then our promotion code. Okay, again, make sure you're choosing that text box. Okay, because that's what we want to change. Okay, and again, we're changing our text property. Okay, because remember when we went into our properties box over here, remember that? We chose the text property and it changed what was displayed here. It's the same exact thing when you're coding. When you change that text property, here, that changes what's displayed in your program. Okay? So then we're going to do our coffee bar, and we're going to display the promotion. And if it's not showing up green, that means you forgot to put your little apostrophe there. So go on back and put that apostrophe, and it should fix any problems you have. Okay, choose your text box. Okay, you're changing your text property. Those quotation marks mean you're using text. Okay, we're going to do celebrate the season with 20% off specialty drinks. Okay, and then again, we're going to use our promotion code text box. And again, by double clicking, that helps to prevent you from making typographical errors. Typographical errors are called syntax errors. Syntax errors are typographical errors. And that's going to be C608. Okay? The next thing we want to do is we want to do our print button. So we're going to go back and we're going to double click on that print button. Okay, and this is going to print the form. And you should be able to start typing print, and you should see this print form 1. You can click on it, and you should see print action. And you're just going to type equals, and then you should see a print to preview. That's the one we want, because we don't actually want to print anything out. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do our print form 1 again. Okay, print form 1. Now, if you didn't put that print form there like I told you to, then you're going to have to go back and do that. And what you want to do is you want to print, and you're going to have to open and close parentheses there. Okay, and that's going to let you see what it's going to do as a print preview on the screen. And then we have one more button to program. We're going to program our exit button, and this one is going to end the program. And that one is very easy. It's me, and what that means is this program. And what we're going to do is we're going to close. So we're going to find the close. Okay, and this is actually a method. When you have those open close brackets, that means you're using a method. Okay, so we're going to do me.close. I'm just going to put a space here to make it a little easier to read. Okay, and once you've done all that, it should run. So we're going to try it out. We're going to go up here and we're going to do the start debugging. Okay, you can also press F5. Okay, and we want to make sure that everything goes right. Now, notice that it didn't go center screen, so I didn't do something right there. Books, it says buy 2, get the second one for half off. Notice that it's kind of trailing off here, so I need to make that bigger. Music, periodicals, coffee bar, print. Okay, I get a print preview, that works, and exit. Okay, so I do have to make a couple changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my form here. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that I make sure that everything displays. Okay, on my form, I'm going to go back to my start position. Oh, it says Windows default location, so I'm going to make sure I have center screen, and I'm going to try it again and make sure that it's working right. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, everything shows. It's not trailing out of that box. Okay, everything's showing up okay. My print, I get my print preview. That looks great. And exit. And again, make sure you check all your buttons, and if something doesn't work, make sure you go back and check it. And that's it. You've programmed your first program. Congratulations. Make sure you turn that in, because that's going to be your attendance for this week. Thanks.